my goodness. Girlies, where have y'all been is the question. Let me explain. Let me come up with my excuses. But no. So what happens is I got really sick. Back around, I guess. The last video was Cowboy Carter, so that's probably that was late March, early April. I think I got sick right before that, and then right after that, I got hit with a smooth case of laryngitis. So I was unable to speak, only for like a day or two. And then, yeah, it was just the throes of the end of the school year. And the next thing I know, it was summer. And then, it's during the day. It's a little hot, so you gotta run the AC. And here, central AC is not common, so it's a loud unit. And then nighttime rolls around, and I'm like, oh, okay, tomorrow. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. But regardless, we are here. Happy everything. I missed so many things. Oh my god. Happy Pride. I know that was last month, so I know, the gays are canceled now, but happy Pride. Happy Juneteenth. That's good enough. There's so many things I want to talk about. We haven't talked about Dua's new album yet. We haven't talked about, oh my god, Megan's new album yet. We haven't talked about, who else released around that time? We talked about Ariana, right? It was Dua. Megan just came out. There was another one or two I really want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about yet. I would look it up, but I don't want my phone to start acting up. But yeah, it's been busy. Obviously work, but now that I'm on break, I've been taking 3 summer school classes, which is tough. So, sorry, my dog is about to get on my nerves. Which is tough, because summer school is, it's not an abridged version. It's just like a crunched up version of the same material. So it's just, same amount of work in less time. So I've been doing that. I've been getting my home together. I've been doing like a gradual but whole reset. I got a new bed, which means I had to sell my old bed. Not I had to, but I had to sell my old bed. I got rid of a lot of things. I got rid of my rug. I mounted my TV. I installed some floating shelves. I got a desk. I rearranged a lot of stuff. I got rid of a lot of stuff. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. Obviously the business that I've been working on. And I've gotten really into plants. And now that I'm looking, I may have gotten a little too into plants. It was supposed to be a gradual, hobby. But I got really, I have an obsessive personality. And so that really just started to come out and shine. Sorry about the noise. It really started to come out and shine during this. And so, but I didn't go, to the nursery and buy every plant. It's been piecemealed. And really I only bought, this might make it worse, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only bought 4 plants. The Boston Fern, she didn't make it. This peperomia I have is not looking too good. I've tried to nurse it back to health. And then a snake plant. And then my little Areca palm, my most recent addition, the snake plant, is thriving. Then I propagated a pothos and spider plant. It's been a whole thing. The spider plant I like. So first I didn't want a spider plant, but because I don't really like the way they look. I don't like the little pups that hang off. But at work, one of the lovely people who work in the office has a couple of giant ones, I was like, oh, girl, let me have a piece of this so I can propagate it. She said, yeah, take these. So I did that. It was starting to kind of die a little bit, but the other day, I'm actually really proud of myself. I like took the two, so there was one that just like died, so I took that out. The two remaining, one, I dug it up and it has roots coming out. So I repotted that one in a new pot, and then the other one, that looks kind of sad. I wasn't sure. I just put it in like a jar of water, and now it has like a bunch of new roots coming out. So yeah, I've been into that. I've planted a bunch of seeds. I planted some like a lemon seed, some lemon seeds from like lemons that I ate. And then I bought a bunch of like seeds from this website called Plant Flix, like Netflix, but it's called Plant Flix. And so I bought like 7 different types of seeds from there that I've, planted / I'm trying to sprout. And one of them actually I have 2 sprouts on it, so it's cute. I planted some like wildflowers that I got from Veggie Grill. I don't know if you heard of the restaurant Veggie Grill, but in one of the orders that I made, they just like sent a packet of wildflower seeds. And so I was like, well, let me just plant some of these in a pot, put it by the window, see what happens. I have some avocado pits doing what they need to do. One is starting to sprout, so that's exciting. I've planted some herbs. I just planted some mint today. Seeds, I should say. So I sowed some herbs and I sowed some mint seeds today. There's a lot happening, but it's been a fun summer activity, something to keep me busy. And it's like a way, like these are plants that I all want. I just think it would be kind of satisfying to get the full experience. Only problem is I didn't realize like houseplants, they take a long time to germinate. Which for someone that's a little bit impatient like myself, it has been a challenge, but it's also been a good like lesson on patience. Because like when they start to sprout and they start to become, like these lush, beautiful plants, then it'll feel worth it. Right now it's a little frustrating and, some trial and error things, but it's going to be worth it. And I'm also starting to kind of like every like couple of days, every week or so, plant something else. So that way there's like a rolling effect, like I'm not just sitting here waiting for everything. But I do, so like actual plants that I have that like actually have foliage on them, I have 3.5. So I think that's part of it. Like I don't have it doesn't look like a lot of plants because it's just a bunch of like pots with soil in it. And of course, since they're like small, they're like in small pots. So I think I have to remind myself to like slow down, because in a little bit, when these all sprout, they're going to all need somewhere to be, and they're all going to need to be, potted up at some point. But yeah, it's been a really fun activity. So I'll probably keep you updated on that. I could do like a little tour of them if that is something we want. I can walk around and show you them and talk about them. I'm trying to think what else has been going on these days besides everything. So much. Oh, Bravo. That's the thing. There are like so many things I could talk about that I get overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, no. I finally started watching Real Housewives of Dubai. She's a blast. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I actually kind of love it. It's a hot mess. I'm watching Jersey again. Not again, but like it's back on, so I've been watching Jersey. I saw Orange County just came back, so I have to watch that, the season premiere. But really what's had me in a chokehold. So what was I watching at first? So Vanderpump went off, and I had finally caught up on Beverly Hills. I think there was like one more that I was watching, that Married to Medicine, and Married to Medicine had ended in Potomac, so I was like, I'm out of shows. Like Vanderpump, I think, was the last one to end. That's when I was like, okay, I'm out of shows. So like, what should I watch? So I watched Dubai, but again, that was only one season, so that was over. And I was like, what should I watch? I looked online. A lot of people said Southern Charm. I tried to watch Summer House. I only made it about like 2 or 3 minutes. It just feels very unrelatable for me, which I know is crazy. Because which Housewives show is relatable, but some of them, like summer house is like where at the Hamptons, where they're somewhere like in upstate New York, living very just like, from what it appears to be from the first 5 minutes, it's very like we're in polos and Sperry's. Like it feels like a East Coast fraternity house type situation, and that I just can't relate to. Maybe there's too many straight men on the show. I'm not sure what it is, but I was like, so let me finally just give Below Deck a chance, because there are a lot of people talking about that. And then it was also in the like, you know, suggested. And then last summer I went on a cruise. This summer I have no plans. I shouldn't say no plans, but like no vacation plans really. So I was like, let me just go live vicariously through these people. Let me see what Below Deck's about. That was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I am on season 10. I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. It's so good. And and we don't have to go to work. You know, I would stay up to 3, 4 in the morning, sitting there watching Kate yell at bitches. And it is a blast. You get to watch, you know, the crew be the crew, and like learn about like how like yachts work and like what the process, cause you know, bitch, I've never been on a yacht. So like you get to see, you know, like this is how they pull the anchor up, and oh my god, they serve all this and they do all this, and this is what goes on behind the scenes. And then you get to actually like enter like relationship stuff, like the relationship between the crew, both like their working relationships, but also the personal relationships they develop. And again, when you live with someone for 6 weeks in tight quarters, those, you know, they intertwine. And then, but also you get to like, there's different charter guests every couple of, like every episode, but usually every other episode, there's like a new charter guest, which you get to like, it's like getting a whole new storyline every episode or every other episode. So you have like the through lines of what's going on with the crew. And then you have the new, like, fun additions of the charter guests. And it's also cool because you get to see, like, damn, they're really sliding down slides off a yacht in the middle of the ocean. Granted, you know, if I put on my little, if I get on my little high horse, I'm like, well, you know, it's terrible for the environment. But also, like I said, I just went on a cruise last year, so kind of, but yeah, it's really fun, really enjoyable. And it's also like, it's cool because it shows you like all the different excursions they do. And it's just like gorgeous backgrounds, and it's just a fun watch. I really am enjoying it. It was also interesting to watch the pandemic unfold like on television. If you plan on watching it, then I guess like minor spoiler, but like season 8. Yeah, because this is the second one after. Yeah, so season 8, you know, like it starts off like February of 2020. It's like early or mid-February 2020. And then I'm like, oh. And so like each episode, you can kind of see like that, like they start talking about a little bit more like, oh, things are really happening. Oh my God, there's been a confirmed case in the US. And like just to watch like how fast it happened. Like at the time, it happened so fast. But looking back at it, it really was as fast as it seemed. Like, because they showed the dates on there, and it went from like, it's a thing that is limited to, well, first they tried to pretend it was just, you know, in China, and then it was just in Asia, and then okay, now it's starting to spread through Europe, and then it got to, you know, North America, and you know, obviously the rest of the world. And it's like watching it happen was crazy. And like by the end of the season, the last 2 charter guests had to cancel. Because again, pandemic. So it's just like crazy to watch, and the different reactions, you know, like people, like one of the charter guests, of course, you know, they're rich, so one of the charter guests like, oh, you know, I think it's just the Democrats trying to keep Trump from winning. And some people were like, you know, oh, they're blowing it out of proportion. I'm like, girl, if you only knew. And like the people on there who were like a lot of the crew were like, I won't say a lot, but some of the crew were like genuinely like scared, like they didn't know what to expect, what was going to happen. And it's so sad because it's like those are like legitimate fears, and they came true, you know, for the most part. Like millions of people literally did die from this. It was kind of like watching like an apocalyptic movie, but nonfiction. Like it was kind of like, it was crazy to think that we actually lived through that. So yeah, that was interesting to see. And then the next season, it was like it never happened. Actually, no, because the next season they had 2 black cast members on, and I said, you know what? They said, we are not going to get Black Lives Mattered out of here. So we're going to have to make sure we have 2 black cast members, okay? And we're going to make sure that they are representing, they are black presenting, which is problematic to say, but then of course that's the season where they had one of the white girls call somebody, not call somebody, but she said, the N-word twice. So I was like, this is fun. And like, if that was a 2015 season, 2018 season, probably would have slid. They would have let it slide, but off the heels of the protests and everything, I know Bravo was like, all right, girly, lovely apology, but we don't want those problems. So yeah, I really could go on and on about Below Deck. So if that's something you want to talk about, we can chit chat. If you want to talk about Housewives of Jersey, I know you do. So I'll starting with this upcoming episode of Jersey. I'll start chronicling that. We'll do a video about Megan. We'll do a video about my girl Dula Peep. And there's another album that I want to talk about. I don't know. Beyonce has really had me in chokehold with Cowboy Carter still. But we could talk. We'll talk about Miss Chapel Roan. We can do an album review about that, and then I'll probably do some homework with you. So I'm taking Spanish and astronomy and health, and then starting Monday I'm also taking kinesiology. So I do want to, I'll read some of the material as some videos, right? And also we have to make like PowerPoints for the astronomy class, or slideshows, I should say. So I might present the 3 slideshows that I have made / am making, like ASMR, and I'll present them ASMR style, so you kind of get the information, but also the relaxation. Actually, that's a genius and an iconic idea, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm also going to do some Spanish homework again. I was watching, I'll tell you in the next video, but I was watching, I forgot his name already, but I was like, oh, this is a good idea. He is bilingual, and I'm pretty sure like Spanish is, Spanish is not his second language, but he does videos in Spanish, and he like says it's like good practice for him. And I said, oh my god, that's genius. I'm not there yet, but again, I do like doing Spanish homework via ASMR. So yeah, I'm happy to be back. Sorry about the absence. I will now be purchasing the Cowboy Carter vinyl for no other reason, off the principle of the theft and the scammery that she caused. So if there's anything you would like to hear or see, please feel free to let me know. I'm happy to